Hey, my wonderful people, a pleasant afternoon to you. I trust that everyone will try and keep safe during this inclement weather, you and your families, and that no harm or catastrophic crises or crisis may, affect you or your family. Just be safe as best as you're able to be. All right, beautiful people, I thought about this. Let us say an anonymous survey was done to those who are in leadership of some sort, whether management leadership, you're leading. And anonymously, a survey was done, and we said to the people, look here, we just want to keep this information, not to broadcast who said what, but we want to know how you truly feel about your leader. Would you say him or her, he or she, would you say that he or she is an effective, efficient leader, the level 5 leader that John C. Maxwell talks about, one who has a clear vision, a clear goal, one who is ethical, who is trustworthy, who keeps his word, who inspires others to become good leaders? I mean, so many different characteristics of a strong leader. One who does not micromanage, one who does not create factions and dissensions. You cause others to hate on other people. It's a divide and conquer. Are you a leader who hinders, or are you a leader who inspires? If a survey was done anonymously, how would they rate you on a scale? How do you think you'd be rated genuinely? Would they, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, would they put you at 10? Would they even put you at 9, but no less than an 8? Do you think categorically the majority? Because, give and take, you will always have people who will not like you. But even if it is that they don't like you, but they are to score you on your performance, they're to score you on what it is that you do as a leader, because you can really do well. And people, out of fairness and justice, even if they don't like you, they say, I don't really dig this person, but this person is a fair leader. This person when she says she's going to do it, she does it. When he says he's going to do it, he does it. When things come to be implemented or things come to be given, they give it to the team. They put the team above their personal gain, because it's a professional organization. They uplift us. So because they uplift us, we are going to lift them. Can you categorically say that you're like a King David who deals with people fairly and justly, or do you secretly try to sabotage them? If a survey was done, do you think you would come out on top as one of the great leaders in our world, one who inspires, one who transforms, one who looks out for his or her teammates, one who does not micromanage, feel the need to control everything? I remember I was listening to Dr. K and Jacob, and he was positing 10 reasons why men leave their wives after many years. 10 solid reasons, but the underlining word that came out was control. Apart from not giving sex over, we know all of the different things. He gave 10 different reasons, but the underlining word was control. They micromanage and control everything, not allowing the man to lead, as how they're created to. They control everything. And if it doesn't go their way, oh my God, it is hell and powder house. And that's a poor leader. Poor leadership. Poor leadership, and Jamaica suffers greatly and gravely from such leader. Poor leader. Poor. So if a survey was done, would they consider you to be a solid leader? At least getting 8 out of 10. You would have met an 80% mark. Because, we're not perfect and so on. But 8.5, 9.5, or 10. Can we say categorically, you are the leader who inspires, and you don't come with personal motive? I don't like him, I don't like her. So sort of covertly, subliminally, you find ways to sabotage the individual or the people because you don't like them, and you find ways to keep them at the same level. Poor leader lacks vision and direction, inability to empower others. Are you a leader who can empower others? People who you, and we're not talking about somebody who you butter up and try and get to like. We're talking about the ones who may be difficult, and if you're able to get somebody difficult to empower, it means that you're a solid leader. Focus on self over team. That's a poor leader. Inconsistency and poor integrity. Today you talk to the person, tomorrow you don't. Today you pretend to like the person, tomorrow you can't hide your pretense. You show it. You think they don't see it, but they see it. Failure to listen and communicate. Effective leaders are strong communicators and active listeners. Leadership is about adding value to others, and a poor leader focused on themselves or lacking critical skills ultimately stuns the growth of both their team and the organization. That's what a poor leader doesn't understand. So sometimes when a leader thinks that they're sabotaging an individual or people, they sabotage themselves and they sabotage the organization, and the organization cannot grow. Paul has a saying that look out for the household of faith. When he was talking to the Christians, look to help the Christians first, then you stretch it out to the non-Christians. Basically is what he was saying. It doesn't mean that if there is a crisis or an unusual anomaly that you may not go out of that realm, what he gave. But you look out for those internally first. So for me to be an effective leader, I would have to work on the inside. God looks at the inward, while man looks at the outward. So you can dress well, smell well, look good and all, but the inward is like a Jezebel and a Delilah in one, or a King Ahab. Poor leader, Haman, as opposed to a King David, as opposed to a Moses, as opposed to a Joshua, as opposed to an Abraham. So if a survey was to be done, would you come out with at least 8 out of 10 for being a solid leader? Or would you not even meet a 50% mark? Especially with somebody who has seen your leadership over the years, to know what type of leader you are. One with integrity. One who is ethical, not unethical, not promise on one thing and do another, or get things and take for themselves, things that should be implemented, things that should be given to the team, things that should be done on behalf of the team, but you take it for personal gain. You're inconsistent in how you deal with your team members. Talk to some today, don't talk to them tomorrow. Speak ill of them behind their backs, but smile to their faces when they're in front of you. To whom much is given, much is required. What this leader don't understand is that when the piper comes to be paid, you will have to pay the piper. Whatever a man sows, that he or she will reap. Not my words, but the words of the God. Of God. Do not be deceived. God can never be mocked. That's what he's saying. Whatever a man sows, that he shall reap. But when you're a leader, much is given, so much is certainly required and expected of you. Self-control is one of the feat that must be achieved in order to be a solid leader. Not how I feel about this person. And oftentimes when you feel about this person is only jealousies and envies. Jealousy in malignant and malicious way. And, their own weaknesses, low self-esteem, and feel that this person will come and overthrow them. That's a poor leader. So you are a leader who hinders and not inspires. And you certainly will be held accountable, as how Saul was. Saul led for about 40 years and God didn't walk with him for 38 out of it. So you can be leading, but there is no power, form of godliness, but denying the power which is God thereof. Are you? Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe and give me a like.